man, we back. Marcy Sports Talk early in the morning. Woke up and seen the story. The Suns are speaking to the Pistons about trading for Luke Kennard. And let's talk a little bit about the deal that may be in place that could change a little bit or may not happen at all. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. And us a guy named Javon Carter and another last guy, his name Jeff Kobo, and a first-round draft pick for Luke Kennard. The Suns, I believe they in contention in the playoffs out west. I don't think they far out. But when I wonder, I've heard the Suns, and you think about it, Ricky Rubio can't shoot. You got Kelly Oubre, he's a pretty good shooter. But then you got DeAndre Ayton. They consider him a dinosaur as a big man. He's an old-school big man. And really outside of them, they might not have that much shooting. They got the kid they got traded from Philly, from Villanova. I always forget his name. So it makes sense for them. You know, they want to get another shooter out there. According to Adrian Wojnarowski, which I'll link an article in the source in the description from Twitter under source link, they say that they see Luke Kennard as a 30-minute plus player to help space the floor. Monty Williams, excellent coach. But to me, I was like, why Luke Kennard? You know what I'm saying? You can get Langston Galloway for a lot cheaper and see if that worked. But Luke Kennard is, you know, is more talented and got more upside than Langston because his ability to put the ball on the floor, his ability to have Luke Kennard got everything. You know, he got an in-between game. He got a mid-range game. He got the floater. He got an in-between game. You know what I'm saying? The floater. He can get to the bucket. He can space it. And he don't necessarily need a Ricky Rubio to get the ball for him. You know what I'm saying? So he can get his own shot. He can spot up and shoot. You know, and I think Monty used him in the right role, but he missed 22 games due to some knee tendonitis. So, you know, the Pistons get a first-round draft pick for him. A lot of people get mad. You know, you hear, oh, they trading Luke Kennard. And I'm like, if you can get a first-round draft pick for him, Luke Kennard ain't been that good since he been here. The few years he been here, he struggled with. He was hot his first year, I think. He was figuring it out. Second year, for the most part, Reggie messed him over, and he got a knee injury. And then again this year, he started off hot with Derrick Rose and got a knee injury. So, you know, do they expect the Pistons to you know, pick up his option next year and then pay him a shit ton of money? Like, I don't get it. The Knicks fans the same way. The Knicks fans covet they sorry players. They covet they questionable players. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody really, really want them. The Pistons be happy. This is a guy they kept out of trade talks to get Mike Conley. People forget that. It was supposed to be Reggie, Luke Kennard in the first for Mike Conley, and the Pistons refused to put Luke Kennard in the deal. You know what? And they came to the realization that Luke Kennard probably not going to stay healthy or be what he need to be in the D. He probably need to change the scenery. He probably needs somewhere warm like Phoenix to keep his knee warm. But for people crying about Luke Kennard, he ain't did nothing here. But being consistent and be injured. So my whole thing about it is, how can you be mad with the Pistons moving them and moving on? You can't be mad at it. And if they get a first-round draft pick and Phoenix miss the playoffs, so they start sliding, you know what I'm saying? You know, now you got 2 lottery picks, probably, depending if the Pistons make it or miss it. It seems like they selling, they going to miss it. So, you know, and the 2 other guys, Kobo and Carter, I don't know who they is. I ain't even going to front. I was thinking about, when they said Kobo, I'm thinking about the kid up there that play in Minnesota. You know, his name ain't Kobo though, but it's similar in my mind to that. But, you know, if Luke Kennard stay healthy, then I get it, keep him. But I don't think he's gonna be no superstar, no all-star type player. I really view him as a strong glue guy. You know, at worst, probably a Vinnie Johnson. I ain't gonna say at worst, that's bad. But maybe in a situation off the bench, being a Vinnie, being a Lou Williams, you know, being a Jamal Crawford, being that type of guy off the bench, giving you a spark. But people got to realize that the Pistons are finally starting over if they start trading these guys. From Andre Drummond, to Luke Kennard, possibly Derrick Rose, Langston Galloway, Tony Snell. You keep going on. They finally starting over. And Pistons fans don't realize that they ain't officially started over since they got Grant Hill. Let that marinate like neck bone juice, like my boy Country Wayne said. Let that marinate like neck bone juice. Think about it. When they recreated that storm when they created that storm with Ben Wallace and Rip, they traded Chucky to Orlando, got Ben by mistake, and brought Chauncey in, traded Jerry for Rip, and drafted Tayshaun late in that draft, and you know what I'm saying? Since then, they haven't tried to rebuild. They tried to do it with Ben and Charlie V and Josh Smith, still paying Josh Smith. Then tried to do it again, recreate it with Jennings and some other, try to do it with Reggie Jackson. So it's time to start over. The only way you get superstars in a city like this is trade. And if somebody trading a superstar, something probably wrong with them in the locker room, or they getting old, or they figure out they can't win with them, right? That's the only way you're going to get them. Unless you get high in the draft and you draft one, or you get lucky in drafting Giannis, or you know how to scout. And the Pistons have proven over and over again that they can't scout those guys. They've proven that, but in my opinion, I don't think it's a bad deal. If you can get a first for Luke Kennard and you pretty much get almost the pick that you picked them at, you move on from him. And a lot of people are going to be mad, well, you can't trade Luke. But what has Luke Kennard actually done here? Nothing. He hasn't helped us win nothing. He hasn't stayed healthy. He had good stretches, but he's been inconsistent. His ball handling ain't good enough to run the point. His defense ain't good enough at all as well neither. So, this might be the first, the first ball to drop, because Jeff Bowers, who used to be the front office with Stan Van Gundy here, that's who is probably over there at Phoenix pushing him. He a vice president in Phoenix Suns now. So he the one that helped draft Luke Kennard, so that's why they want Luke Kennard over there. So Jeff Bowers, or Jordan Bowers, whatever his damn name is, you know what I'm saying? He the one that want Luke Kennard. He the one that drafted him here. So it's kind of making sense. So, we just waiting on the ball to drop with Drummond. You know what I'm saying? That's probably gonna be the indication, but that's gonna be a lot harder to do, because you got Clint Capella, Hassan Whiteside, Steven Adams to deal with. The Hawks in the Boston, they battling for Clint Capella. So it's going to be harder to do to trade Andre Drummond. And I can see a scenario where they may not even move Andre Drummond. I've been saying that. Somebody might panic and get the Pistons more than they anticipated they're going to give them. And that's why you wait to the last minute and you don't sell yourself short. But it hurt when you trade a guy. They got 1 year, that actually don't have 1 year left on this deal. They got an option year. It hurt. It's no security. Had they traded him last year, had they traded Blake Griffin last year and started over, they wouldn't be here right now. They'd be tanking with some lottery picks, and they'd be ready to rebuild. But with Luke, people gonna cry, oh, not Luke, I'm your father. Oh, not Luke. Oh, we can't get rid of Luke. Luke was gonna take us to the Chuck E. Cheese. He wasn't taking you to the championship. Luke was going to do great things here. Man, like I said before, I ain't no fan of Duke players. I ain't no fan of them, bro. When the last time a Duke player, people say Kyrie. Kyrie played there for a day. And he's still around here getting injured every game. He just got injured the other day. You know what I'm saying? Grant Hill, the last Duke player that lived up to prophecy. Elton Brand had a pretty good career too. But I don't trust Duke players, man. Duke got some of the sorriest, wishy-washy players that ever come out, overrated. And the Pistons love them white boys from Duke. They love them some Kyle Singler. They gave him every shot. You wasn't with me shooting in the gym, huh? Luke Kennard, they gave him every shot. You wasn't with me shooting in the gym, huh? They gave him every shot. Now it's time to move on. Kyle Singer somewhere in Greece, but Luke Kennard got game. Now, don't get me twisted. He got game. He just, Can't stay healthy. And when he stay healthy, Reggie back now, you know he ain't gonna be the same. Reggie Jackson, like this him and Reggie, it don't mix. It don't mix. Like salt and Kool-Aid, it just don't mix. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if Reggie gonna be moved. I don't know if anybody want Reggie. Reggie like that ugly dog at the pet adoption place. I don't think he going nowhere. You know, he might end up playing in China next year with Jason Maxiell and Lance Stevenson. He might be over there in China. You know what I'm saying? He done robbed the bank for $89 million here. Langston, he probably be moved. Tony Snell, don't really know. They've been talking about, you know, people inquired about Christian Woods and Sivy Malachi. I wouldn't trade those two. Unless the price is right. And Andre Drummond, don't really know what's going on with him. I think it's going to be tough to trade him unless they lower their standards and get nothing. But ain't it crazy that Luke Kennard can bring in a higher draft compensation, a higher compensation than Andre. That just shows you what no security beyond this year. If he opt out, how it decreases the trade value. But hey, y'all know what it is. Motor City Sports Talk. Don't forget we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out to the email if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request. Keep sharing the videos. Want to make a donation to the channel? That link's in the description. PayPal or the Cash App username there as well too. I appreciate everybody who do donate. Best donation you can make is hit that share button and share it with another Piston fan or another Detroit fan as well. And other than that, man, I appreciate the love, support. Don't forget to check my other channel out for more sports, music, news, and entertainment at Goodfellas Sports TV right here on YouTube. And yeah, let me know what y'all guys think in the comment section about possibly trading Luke Kennard. We know some people gonna be hugging him, talking, I can't let go of my Luke. You know what I'm saying? But hey, let me know what you guys think about the potential deal. I'll drop the article link in the description. One time for the one time we gone.